All right. So, based off the preface of the blank slate, why is it dangerous to think that our beings are fully the result of nurture?
Well, there's data in psychological studies that correlate with evidence that says that it's possible that genes and that it's possible that genes can make the difference in between parenting, which is more of the nurture standpoint. So genes is more of the nature,
Mm-hmm.
but there's evidence to support that the that I hope we can cut this out, but it's possible that it leads more towards the nature side than the nurture side. Also, the idea has led to a disconnect between intellect and common sense, and most parents have relied on the belief that nature can allow them to mold their children, and that can be difficult for the children's upbringing.
Okay. Very interesting.
Okay, so I can read your question now. John Locke, John Locke, the blank slate, tabula rasa. Oh God.
Oh, I had this one. The fourth question.
The fourth question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Describe Thomas Hobbes'
Leviathan.
Leviathan.
So, based on Thomas Hobbes, Leviathan is basically that we believe that we can escape our own hellish instincts. So, basically, I feel like he was basically saying if you distance yourself from the negative people in your life, you'll be able to make better decisions and, have better control over your instincts and yourself. Versus, you have that group of people that kind of influence your decisions, and that can either be good things or it can be a bad thing.
Okay. You do number 2 there.
All right. So John Locke, the blank slate, tabula Rosa, also on page 34 and 35, basically is asking you to explain why a blank slate doesn't just hold up for human nature. And what does that say?
So some findings have debunked the blank state theory, such as there are certain genes that can make you, for example, more smarter or laugh more or be more serious. Those could be different part that could be an example of different parts of the brain having different effects on certain traits that are past your personality. So a certain gene can be described as a certain construction of the complex psyche of your brain. Number 5, right? Describe Rene Descartes' solidified by Gilbert Ryle, Ghost in the Machine.
So basically, for Ryle, she was saying that we're humans and we both have a body and a mind. So that even though after we have died and we've passed on, we still have a soul and our mind is still alive. So let's say my arm gets cut off and that's just a part of my body, but that's not a part of my mind. Versus Descartes, he basically was saying that it's nature always divisible. So they pretty much have the same philosophy, basically just that your mind or your soul is different from the body. So your body just is something that's holding your mind and your soul, but it doesn't control your decisions or you as a person.
Now you do number 3.
All right. So our question number 3 is describing Jean-Jacques Rousseau's The Noble Savage.
So in Jean-Jacques Rousseau's theory, the noble savage was the original man that was first on earth, I guess, and he was free from sin. He was free from sin, appetite, or concept of right and wrong. Basically, he was perfect, kind of, and that any other man who did not have those traits was a savage, and he was not deemed noble.
Kind of reminds me of Jesus. But,
yeah, exactly.
He had his different name in this book, obviously.
Right. Okay. Number 6 is a couple pages near the end of the chapter appears the description of the proximate cause of behavior and ultimate cause of adaptation. Explain this using nutrition and reproduction as examples. So in the so the proximate cause is an event that's related to the cause. Is it? Hold on.
You want me to pause it?
Yeah.
Let me see.